What is happening? Welcome to another pitcher video breakdown. My name is Nick Pollack, and today we're going to talk about Luis Gil over here. I know. It's the second Yankee pitcher in a row. I get it. I had a lot of requests about Luis Gil. And yes, there were some interesting ones, too, that we will talk about, I think, in their next start. Tanner Houck will do soon. Huascar Ynoa coming back was a fun one. I led the roundup with the SP roundup on the Pitcher List site with Taylor Hearn. But I didn't really want to talk about Luis Gil because this is essentially 3 straight starts, 0 earned runs now to start his career. Did this against the Red Sox. I feel like we need to break this down a little and understand really what he does. It's pretty straightforward. It's 4-seamers up with sliders as well. Notice how I didn't say down because they aren't, and that may be a problem. The main thing we're going to look at in this innings, the second inning against the Red Sox, is command isn't quite there. And it is a question mark I do have moving forward, let alone how much are the Yankees going to use him? I don't know. But let's take a look at him, see what he does, how he gets his outs. So there it is. That first pitch is so much of what Luis Gil does. That's just a fastball. Here you go. Come and hit it 95. That's pretty good for a first pitch. I mean, if JD was really aggressive, he might be able to swing at that one. But he kind of wanted, I would imagine, take a look at Gil and get one in. So, I mean, this is, you could say, the inside top, up and in corner. Some guys love this spot. Sometimes some guys don't. That's fine. I'll take that as a first pitch strike. Get ahead. Maybe a slider now. And that's a really good one. Man. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. This is like, you go from here to here. I just clicked on it because I'm stupid. If you go from here to here consistently and just play that game, Gil will destroy. I mean, that's an excellent one. That's a strike. It's on the outer edge. That's such a good pitch. Beautiful. And now what you can do, because that's the end of the bat for Martinez. He didn't really think it was going to get that much horizontal break. You can play off of this and throw another one that's farther out, or you can go up and in again. But those are really your two options, right? I mean, you could go down with the slider here, but I think Martinez would be able to foul that off. You could go up and away with the heater, but I think Martinez would get that. You got to understand, like, in every single pitch, there are only so many options, believe it or not. And in this one for Gil, as we'll see in a moment, he only has that fastball up and in, really, or a slider down and away, maybe a fastball down and away. But he does go with a fastball up and in, and it's not really up and in at all. This is a terrible 0-2 pitch. Ugh. Let me see here. Ugh. Look at that. Right in the middle. Yeesh. Terrible, terrible, terrible 0-2 pitch. If he is going to go here, and you can see also that Martinez wasn't ahead of this. He was kind of like right on it, which means that if he got it farther in, you likely could have jammed him a bit. But this kind of goes to show, like, when fastball, slider away, fastball. I am of the mind that those that follow traditional sequencing will get burned against great hitters. This is JD Martinez. You threw a fastball up and in, you threw slider down and away, and common sequencing convention is that you then continue rotating. You go back and forth, keep changing their eye level, keep changing their speeds. And the next level after that is a poker game of calling bluffs. Hitters are hyper aware of that sequencing. And if you can lean in to their expected standard affair of sequencing, well, then you can actually get guys out. In this situation, Luis Gil went back to a fastball at 0-2. It's a terrible pitch. And that's a single. But if you had thrown that slider down and away here, again, a second time in a row, I think you might have been able to get him. Something to think about moving forward. But anyway, so now you have a man on first, 0 count, and it's against a lefty. And I will say this, Luis Gil with a fastball slider and without a changeup, he's going to have to really nail down sliders going backdoor for a strike or coming down here to be able to excel. Guy like Huascar Ynoa, for example, he's really, really good at doing this, and that's how he can be a fastball slider guy effectively. Adbert Alzolay is kind of developing that. Dinelson the Met is just the most ridiculous slider ever, so who cares? But for Luis Gil to really be an effective starter, he needs to be able to get lefties out, and the best way of doing that with fastball slider is that slider down and in here. So let's see what the approach is here. He tugs a fastball. I mean, this is, keep in mind, also he's from the stretch, and when you see a pitcher in the stretch for the first time of a game, keep in mind that it might take a batter for them to get comfortable. They haven't pitched like this all game yet. It's the first time. They're hoping that their mechanics are sound, and they have to get into rhythm in this feel of a new approach. This is why you see a guy like Steven Strasburg or Yu Darvish all of a sudden always pitch from the stretch. So that means that they don't have any discomfort when they finally get a guy on first base. So here's 1-0. All right, you got a fastball in there. It's pretty dang hittable, Schwarber. I don't know what you're looking for. I think that seems like it's a sinker or maybe even like a terrible changeup. A little bit of extra sink trying to do something against the lefty. There's the changeup. Oh, man. Wow, that's a lot of movement. And a 93. Maybe it is a sinker or something. It's obvious he's doing something different because normally his fastball is like 95 to 97. And you can see how much movement this gets. My God. Look at this out of the hand. And then it just zooms out. Woo! So quick. This is so long. It's going to this corner. Like, that's what it's going to do. And then he just doesn't. Man. He's getting the side of that a little bit. That's why he's getting a little extra horizontal run on it. But he can't hit that first strike. And that's what's really important with Luis Gil is that he can't throw that first strike. If that's a strike, changes the entire at bat. But Schwarber's like, he's not going to throw me another change. He's going to throw me another fastball here. He can't throw anything for a strike. Oh, man. Good take from Schwarber. Because he's thinking fastball all the way at 3-1. And I think he's probably looking for something here. So it was my guess is Schwarber wasn't looking for a fastball here. So the second that he saw that the pitch could be going there, he just laid off. And then once he saw there was a slider coming in, I was like, oh, man, okay, this is easy. Ball 4. He was in a 3-1 situation, probably looking for something more out over the plate in the first place. So not a good offering there from Gil, and really goes to show, like, you got to be able to throw your secondaries for a strike. So here we are. Oh, there's a slider that just kind of got out of his hand. Probably, throw it again. Throw it, and this time throw it for a strike. I mean, yeah, that's a strike, but man, you are not feeling that slider. So 1-1, I'm throwing a fastball now. Good pitch. Good pitch. And Plawecki also kind of showed that he wants to swing at a heater, which also means that a guy is willing to expand the zone a little bit because he's looking for that fastball. Like, think of it this way where you're jumping in your shoes, right? You're like, give me the fastball, give me the fastball, give me the fastball. And the second you see one, your mind goes, yes, I don't care that it's not exactly where I want it. You're so excited that you've predicted and timed for this that you're willing to expand a little bit more because it's the pitch that you were expecting. But Gil threw such a good one that it's really, pretty much impossible for Plawecki to do much with that. So now 1-2. Do you throw the slider? Do you throw it? I don't know if he's going to be able to. It looks like the way they're setting up, but he's going down. Throw a good one. That's a pretty good one. It's not bad. I mean, it's not hung up here. And I imagine Plawecki's thinking, like, okay, he might go back to that slider. He tried to go to it originally. Fastball away, but it really fastball at 1-1. But really shows that, like, their plan against Plawecki is to throw sliders, right? That's what he's displaying there. Good take there from Plawecki. If I'm Gil, throw another slider now. Plawecki thinks he's deserved a fastball now. You've thrown 3 of them. They have not really been what you wanted them to be. The only pitch you've been able to really throw effectively is your fastball. Plawecki's thinking, I got to get a fastball now. Throw a good slider and you get him. Okay. I mean, that's supposed to be here. That's supposed to be, I'm going to bait you. And Plawecki's like, no, I got this game. I figured it out. You're not going to do it. But, you never get that call. You really rarely get that call. And it's not what Gil was trying to do. He got lucky. I feel like this is a constant thing with Gil is that in like these jams, things just are kind of going his way. Like, that's not... Yeah, Cone even just said in the broadcast, I don't know if you guys can hear it, I don't think he's trying to go up there. David Cone, you are my hero. You're so good. You're the best. There's a fastball up and in, and Duran is pretty much saying, like, look, I got to get this done. It's interesting. Normally you see, like, a man on second, you throw a breaking ball first pitch, right? That's just a rule because guys are more aggressive. But also... you could say because they're more aggressive, you can throw an elevated heater like this because they'll swing at it. And Duran is looking for a heater, got one, and, well, that's not easy to hit, so he missed it. There you go. This is totally fine. I know you're going to say, what? It's in the middle of the plate. This is free real estate. I know it's not a no count, but Duran, after whiffing at 97 up, he's thinking he's going to challenge me again. because I just showed that I'm going to be swinging at a fastball. I'm going to be challenged again. And you just threw a slider for a strike. Duran gave up on this when it started coming around here, and then it's come back to the plate. He's not swinging at that any day of the week. Beautiful, free real estate. Now 0-2. What do you throw? You know, Duran is feeling weak right now. He's like, oh, man, you just surprised me with a slider. You could do that. If I'm heel, I'm going back up with a fastball because I don't really have too much faith in that slider being able to get it down here. You might be able to throw another slider that goes to the top of the zone, though. So I would say just live up here in some way. Either a slider that comes back down or a fastball above it. Yeah, there you go. Fastball above it. 98. Woo! Woo! Perfect. Like, that's not supposed to be swung at. Like, this is not supposed to be a strike. And take advantage of Duran's aggressiveness. Beautiful. That's exactly what you're supposed to do. All right, so now you have Shaw batting 190. You throw him a slider. You throw him a slider for a strike. Oh, okay. You attack him with a fastball. That's pretty much what he wants. This is supposed to be away, and he misses his spot. But once again, the luck is in Gil's favor because on this miss, he happens to still nail the inside corner just enough to get a strike. Ugh, like that's the kind of stuff. That's what I mean by like luck of this. Like that's not his intent. But now, okay, now you can play in and out because even though you were supposed to go away in the previous one, you came in. Shaw doesn't know. Shaw doesn't know where you were trying to throw it. You can go away. Oh, they tried to do the same thing that they did against Duran of an 0-1 breaker backdoor, which I really like. I like that approach. You just got to hit it, though. Over here would have been a strike. It would have been free real estate, but you missed it. Tried to be too perfect. You didn't have to. So 1-1. I would try and do it again because I think Shaw is waiting for the fastball. Nah, he was. He was ready to swing at it, but Shaw should be upset because that's the one that you should be hitting. This is pretty hittable. I mean, I always talk about the top third of the zone. And that's good. You know, you want to be like there, but yeah, this is kind of hittable, and this is probably the most hittable pitch that Shaw will get. He's also showing to Gil that I want to swing at the fastball, which means you just go higher up now. Do the same thing you did to Duran. Yep, there you go. Done. Done. Over. And that's a really, really good 1-2 pitch. And I mean, that's pretty much the pitch you wanted to do at 1-1, and it was a little bit farther down, and Shaw fouled that off because that's easier to hit. This is so hard. You don't know if this is a strike or not. I still don't really know if it's a strike or not. I mean, it lands just above it, but oh, that's so close. And Shaw, I mean, you have no choice. You got to swing, and you're going to miss at that. That's an excellent pitch from Gil. So that's what he does. He's got a really good fastball. Right, the command of it, it's like has its moments, but I mean, he hovered around the top of the zone and stuff like that. The slider is questionable to me. He had that really good one to J.D. Martinez. That was nice, but he didn't really put the pitch where he wanted to before. And for a guy like Gil to really excel, I think it's not like a Brandon Woodruff fastball where you can just do really well with just that heater and that's that. I think he needs that slider to get going. But I'll be honest, I mean, the fastball is good enough where if he just throws some slides for strikes, which he's been able to do, Gil will continue doing well. But yeah, those days when the fastball command isn't quite as good, he will get wrecked because there's nothing else really to save him. Something to think about moving forward. I'm excited to see more of him. I hope that changeup maybe can take more form. I mean, 93 with that much movement is really shocking. But we'll see what happens there. That's going to do it for this pitcher video breakdown. I hope you understand this wonderful man now. I mean, it's kind of crazy. Just came out of nowhere and is doing great things. I hope the Yankees get to pitch him more and keep him inside that rotation. We'll see what happens. But that's going to do it for this episode of Pitcher Video Breakdown. My name is Nick Pollack, and as always, may your BABIPs be low and your strikeouts high.